Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Castelia Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White. This is episode number 18. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the gym leader of Castelia City, Burgh. And before we do that, we're going to be evolving our Tympole, and we need just a small amount of experience in order to do so, because he's one level away, and it's so close that it's almost just not even funny. So I just am taking him out into Route 4 here, into the desert. We're just going to battle a couple of Pokemon until he gets the desired experience. Should only take, I'm going to say, probably about 2 battles. So, we have a Scraggy here, fighting and Dark-type Pokemon. Like I said a couple of episodes ago, it relies mainly on its high defenses to get by, but in this case, that's not going to be enough, because Sandstorm was also working in our favor there. And looks like it's going to take one more battle in order to get Tympole to evolve. So, of course, now it takes forever for wild Pokemon to come out. If I ever walk just through the desert like that, and I don't want wild Pokemon to show up, it's like every 2 steps, sometimes every 1 step. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright, so we have a Sandile here, the Dark and Ground-type Pokemon. This one happens to have the Intimidate ability, but it doesn't matter because we have the type advantage, and Bubble Beam knocks it out in one hit very easily. Tympole then grows up to level 25, and now we get to watch one of our first evolutions. And there you have it. Our Tympole has evolved into Palpitoad. It's our second team member to evolve so far in the game. There will be many more where that came from, of course. But now let's take a look at his stats. Oh, he's so cute. As you can see, he gained the ground type move, or the ground type, as an additional type. And now his attack and special attack are both at 44. His speed is up to 43. And as you can see, he's right on par, if not better than the rest of my Pokemon. Well, now we're going to head back and get ourselves healed up and head on over to the gym. It's time to take on Burgh. Thanks again for your help. My bug Pokemon are scurrying with excitement about getting to battle you. Let's get straight to it. So there's not a lot of talk here, not a lot of build up. We're going to jump right into the fight. Let's do this. I've been waiting for this battle for quite some time now. Obviously, he's going to be using all bug-type Pokemon. His first Pokemon that he sends out is Whirlipede. Level 21, it's a poison and bug-type Pokemon, so if you have flying and psychic types, you're going to want to use them here. I do not, so I'm sticking with Palpitoad, just because he's the only one that has a resistance to the poison type, being with his ground type, being able to resist that. Alright, so he goes for a Screech there, which is going to lower our defense by 2 levels, and I'm going to try to take full advantage of that. After lowering his speed there, to ensure that any other Pokemon that I send out will be faster than him, I go for a Bubble Beam, which gets him down to like 1 HP left. Instead of using a weaker move, I'm going to go for another Bubble Beam because I'm expecting a healing item there, which he ended up using a Hyper Potion. And Bubble Beam takes away about half of his health. Hoping now that this next Bubble Beam will take him out. And nope, not quite. Leaves him with 1 HP. Screech again. I don't know why he's not attacking me, but I'm -4 in defense now, so I'm going to need to switch out after taking out this Whirlipede, regardless of which Pokemon he brings out next. Alright, Bubble Beam. Takes him down to half HP again, although it takes away a little bit more HP this time, so a second Bubble Beam does him in, and that's going to be it for Whirlipede. So it turns out that that evolution was actually necessary. He's going to bring out his ace in the hole now, Leavanny. And that's the final evolution of Swaddle. So he skips right over the whole Swadloon thing, which is the middle evolution, and goes right for the Leavanny. It's a bug and grass-type Pokemon. It has very high attack. It can do a lot of damage. The first thing you want to do, or at least the first thing that I want to do, is disable it. So I'm going to paralyze it with Thunder Wave with my Blitzel. Goes for a Struggle Bug, which will decrease our special attack. Also gets a critical hit there and does a lot of damage. But that's fine with me because I'm just going to stick to Flame Charge. This most likely, even though it's going to be 4 times super effective, it's not going to knock it out. Nope, in fact, it only does about half of its HP worth of damage. That raises our speed, which I guess helps us out here because Leavanny went for the String Shot to lower our speed this turn, so kind of negates his whole turn. Go for a second Flame Charge. Fingers crossed here that it knocks him out, and no, not quite. I'm hoping, though, that he used all of his Hyper Potions, so if that's the case, we're in really good shape, and it worked out that I kept leaving Palpitoad with just 1 HP, or not Palpitoad, Whirlipede with 1 HP when he was fighting Palpitoad. Turns out that, yeah, he didn't have any Hyper Potions left, and the third Flame Charge gets rid of Leavanny. Blitzel grows up to level 25, and he's going to try to learn the move Spark here, so of course we're going to get rid of Shockwave, even though they have the exact same power. Spark has the added effect of a 30% chance of paralysis, whereas Shockwave just has the Aerial Ace effect of not missing, regardless of evasiveness and accuracy and all that stuff. The other thing that I didn't mention was that Shockwave is a special attack move, whereas Spark is a physical move, and Blitzel is going to end up having much higher physical attacks, so we're going to stick with Spark. Alright, so Dwebble is the last Pokemon. I'm going to use Servine for this one. We're going to bypass the Sturdy ability with a Leech Seed, and that gets us some health back. Although I don't think we can knock it out in one hit anyway with Leaf Tornado, but just in case, doesn't hurt to have that Leech Seed planted. And no, it doesn't knock out Dwebble, but he goes for a Smackdown, which really doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and it does even less considering that we get a lot of that health back. And yeah, that's going to be it for Burgh. Burgh goes down pretty easily there, especially thanks to Palpitoad. Why do I keep forgetting his name? I don't know. I'm not used to having him on my team yet. But that was a good battle, and now we have 3 badges. Oh, I lost. Whatever losing to you doesn't bug me, because you are amazingly strong. This is the gym badge. You beat me, so it's yours. And I believe the name of this badge is the Beetle badge. And it's going to go in our beautiful case there. Badge number 3. We earned it. Hell yeah. Oh, no, it's the insect badge. I thought it was the beetle badge. Why did I think that? Maybe that was the Japanese term for it. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Insectable! Ha. If you have 3 badges, Pokemon up to level 40 will obey you. Including traded Pokemon. Well, I don't have any Pokemon anywhere near that, so... Because I'm a generous guy, I'll also give you this. And he's going to give us TM number 76, which is Struggle Bug. That's the move that all of his Pokemon know. Struggle Bug also lowers the special attack of the target that was damaged. The problem is that, well, it only has 30 base power, so it's kind of a crappy move. It's nice to, I guess, reduce their special attack for sure, but other than that, that's pretty useless. Alright, so when we exit the gym here, we're going to be getting a call on our X-Transceiver from Bianca, who we haven't talked to in a while since that whole Team Plasma incident. And she's going to ask us to go meet her by Route 4, the gate, and have a battle with her. So we're going to be heading back to the Poke Center to go heal up, and then we're going to go ahead and meet her by the gate and give her one hell of a battle. Alright, so as we walk into the center of the room, here comes Bianca. Hey, you remember the promise you made on the X-Transceiver, right? I don't know why I call it the X-Transceiver. It's actually the Cross-Transceiver, but... for the longest time, I thought it was the X-Transceiver, just because that's how they always had it in the text, but the X actually stands for cross. I think I explained that before, but just so that if any of you are like, why do you call it the X-Transceiver? That's so not right. That's why. Let's start up our Pokemon battle again. Alright, let's do this. Bianca obviously is not going to be as difficult as Burgh, because... well, she just isn't. She's not really that great at Pokemon battling. She does have 4 Pokemon this time, however. She's going to start with Herdier at level 18. And obviously, Herdier is a pure normal type, and it has the Intimidate ability, so it's going to lower our attack. But because we're using Leaf Tornado as our primary attack move here, that's not really going to affect us too much. Takedown, which is Herdier's signature move, misses, so Herdier is pretty much done for, as the second Leaf Tornado takes it out pretty easily. Servine almost grew up to level 25 there, but not quite. Munna is the next Pokemon. I'm going to keep Servine out for this one. Why not? I don't have anything that can really do a lot of damage to Munna anyway, so... I mean, I have Pursuit with Blitzel, but Blitzel's been getting a lot of use lately, so we're going to use Servine for this one. And we'll go for a Leaf Tornado again. We're just going to keep spamming that. And 2 Leaf Tornadoes takes out Munna, and that also allows Servine to grow up to level 25. Sweet. Pansear is next, and I think this is a new addition. I don't think she had this last time. So it's going to be a fire type. So it's going to be super effective on Servine. So we're going to switch out to Palpitoad, and we should be able to knock it out in one hit with either move, Bubble Beam or Mud Shot. The cool thing about having Palpitoad now is that Mud Shot is now a stab move, so it's going to be doing more damage than it did before. Duot is next, and that was our starting Pokemon. And so now we can switch out to our starting Pokemon because we have the advantage. Duot is just a pure water type. So with Leaf Tornado, we should be able to knock it out with a super effective shot here. Oh, not quite. Duot survives barely with just a few HP. We're going to finish it off with Tackle, though. Ah, no we're not. Bianca's going to go for a Super Potion, which restores most of Duot's health. Now we should be able to kill it with Leaf Tornado. That was a little bit of a process, wasn't it? This whole time, though, Duot really didn't get any attacks off, so I guess it's not that bad. And that does it for Bianca. We get $2,000 for beating her. Sweet. Oh, she's so sad. I'll never be a strong trainer like you or Cheren or Iris, but ... But what? You know, since we left Nuvema Town, I've met a lot of people, and I've been thinking about what I want to do in life. When you look at it that way, Pokemon has given me a lot of new opportunities and all that stuff. Having my Pokemon stolen was just really hard, and I felt really unsure. Still, I gotta say, I'm really glad I went. I've learned so much on this journey, and I also learned that being with Pokemon is really, really important. Okay, well, I hope to see you again soon. Bye, Culination. She just walks out. What the hell? Awkward. Okay. Well, next we're going to be actually battling our other rival. Cheren is waiting for us out here on Route 4. And I didn't even get hit in that battle against Bianca, so I don't need to worry about healing up. Although if you want to, you can heal up at the house over there on the left. Alright, Cheren, let's do this. I've been waiting for you to get the insect badge, and now it's time to see which one of us is the stronger trainer. Alright, well, haven't we decided this already? Because we've battled a bunch of times, and I've beaten you every single freaking time. Why do we need to keep testing ourselves when you have not been able to even beat me once? Tell me that, Cheren. Alright, well, he's a little bit too stubborn for that. So, right into the battle. He has 4 Pokemon, just like we do. No, actually, we don't have 4 Pokemon. We only have 3 Pokemon, and then some filler Pokemon on the side. Whatever. Alright, Blitzel versus Pidove here, and we have the advantage. Clearly, Spark is going to take that Pidove out. It's super effective on its flying type. We get buffeted by the, the Sandstorm. But that's okay. Pansage is next, the Grass-type monkey. And we will go for a Flame Charge. That should take away about half of its health. Yep, a little bit more than half. And it also gives us a speed boost. And Leech Seed also missed, so that's just a win for us. Maybe that was too many wins, but that's alright. Flame Charge again, that's going to get rid of Pansage. It will also give us a speed boost, but again, I don't think I'm going to be needing it. Pignite is next. So, yeah, I'm not going to be needing that at all. I'm going to switch out to a Pokemon that won't get hurt by the Sandstorm, and then will also have an advantage on his starting Pokemon here. Pignite is also Fighting type now, if you remember. When Tepig evolves, he does gain the Fighting type. None of the other starting Pokemon gain any dual types upon evolving, just Tepig. This starting Pokemon also is holding a Citrus Berry. It doesn't matter which Pokemon you started with, he's always holding a Citrus Berry. So he will regain some of his health once you get him down below a certain point. That being said, we should be able to knock him out with another Bubble Beam here. Yep, down he goes. Goodbye. And that will allow Palpitoad to grow up to level 26. 80 HP, that's awesome. It's kind of high, though. Leopard is his last Pokemon. It's a pure Dark type. It's the evolution of Purloin. And it kind of sucks. All it's really good for is its speed and its annoying attacks like Fake Out and things like that. So, our Servine is actually faster than it, but we have a 5-level advantage on it, so that kind of makes sense. Went for the Pursuit, which really didn't do a whole lot of damage, but our Leaf Tornado did do a lot of damage, and with the Sandstorm damage, Leopard is now into the red zone, which means we can finish it off with a Tackle. And yep, that's it for Leopard. Goodbye, and that's it for Cheren as well. Servine also almost grew up to level 26, but came up just a little bit short. It's now clear to me, the reason you are so tough is the trust between you and your Pokemon. Or maybe you just suck, Cheren. Did you ever think of that? But that shouldn't be a problem. I can get more out of Pignite and my other Pokemon too. Oh, the cross transceiver is ringing. More phone calls. Oh, it's Professor. Do you have a second? Professor Juniper, do you need something? Call Cheren, you're such an asshole. I wonder what she's caught up in. Well, I suppose I'll just have to call her again later. She's talking about Bianca, by the way. And Professor Juniper is going to mention that she's waiting by the gate to Nimbasa City, which is at the end of Route 4. So we're going to need to make our way to the other end of this route in order to get there. I'm going to go heal up, by the way. Of course I get attacked by a wild Pokemon. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that there's also the Desert Resort here, which kind of veers off one way, whereas the Nimbasa Gate goes the other way. We're going to be going to the Desert Resort to do some battling, training, and picking up a bunch of items as well before heading to Nimbasa. That's going to be in the next episode, though. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and please stay tuned for episode number 19. Game on.